What's up? Welcome to DFS Today with none other than me, Dan Dorrett. Hope everyone's having a good day out there. Hope everyone's going to enjoy their weekend out there as well. So let's get this show on the road and let's get this puppy started. Let's see what today brings us. Today will bring us a lot of Cleveland Cavaliers, like I said yesterday on the trade deadline show for Hoopball. I hope everyone got a chance to watch that. It was a lot of fun to do. I once again want to give my thanks to Brew and Dan B for giving me the opportunity to be a part of that. Something I look forward to doing for many years to come. Probably one of my greatest experiences ever streaming live. Just talking about something that we all love here. That is why you guys are watching me, because you love this just as much as I do. So now that I got my thanks out of the way, let me jump right into today's slate. It's going to be a little bit different than normal. Not really. Just not going to be as many players. I'm playing a very tight bankroll tonight, playing a lot of cash, sort of holding back on the GPP. That's why it's going to be very limited. And let me just jump right into this. I'm playing on both. I am not playing on DraftKings per se. Okay, I am playing on DraftKings. I'm not playing on my account. I am playing on a friend's account due to some restrictions I have on mine right now, which nothing bad, just trying to get some stuff worked out. I'll break that down really quick. I had an old account many years ago, forgot about it, created a new one. Due to DraftKings policies, you're not allowed to have two accounts. I didn't realize I had a first account, so I'm trying to get all that straightened out so I can play on my own account. I liked pricing on there. I sent my friend a lineup, and he's going to play it, and I will not be adjusting it or anything along those lines. So there's that. On DraftKings, I am a big fan of Jose Calderon tonight. On FanDuel, I'm not touching him. He's way too expensive on FanDuel. That is who I will be playing at point guard tonight. Some other point guards I'm interested in: Dame Lillard, Kyrie, Chris Paul for GPPs for me. That is a Chris Paul on GPPs. That is a FanDuel play only. I also have some interest in Tyler Johnson. This is, I believe Wade is going to play tonight. Is what it's looking like. So if Wade's going to play, that's going to affect it somewhat. But I'm assuming everyone else is not playing. Everybody else that was traded yesterday, I'm assuming they're not playing today, which is why at the shooting guard position, I like J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver. Some other guys I like there as well. I am a fan of Drew Holiday tonight. He's starting. It looks like he's going to start at point, and Rondo is going to be coming off the bench. And I'm not expecting a high ownership from him either. And I like him a little bit more on FanDuel than I do on DraftKings, so you're saving a couple dollars there. I also have some interest in Zach LaVine, and I hate JJ Redick, but I will do like him tonight. So I'm from Maryland, and obviously if you know anything about the old Maryland-Duke rivalry, you know that it is the, JJ Redick. So I hate JJ Redick, but great player. I love seeing him succeed. At the small forward position, my favorite players of the night are LeBron, Giannis, and Mr. Prince. And I actually am slightly interested in Jimmy Butler as well. But there's not much besides that I'm really looking at. If I'm ranking those guys, the three high-priced guys, really, it's LeBron, Giannis, and then Butler, just the same way I listed them. LeBron out for obvious reasons. It's going to be such a short rotation for them, which is why I have interest in Jeff Green at the power forward position. He's probably my favorite power forward of the day. And I also have some interest in Blake Griffin. I like Jabari Parker as well tonight. Jabari Parker's a GPP play for me. At the center position, for GPPs, I will actually have some Nurk. But not only will I have some Nurk, I will also have both of the Cav centers. I will have me some Antizenic, and I will also have me some double T, Tristan Thompson. But cash games, I might split. I might play a little bit of Drummond in cash. Still trying to figure out if I can work this out. I'm slightly disappointed with some of these Cavalier prices on DraftKings. I'm sorry, on FanDuel. But I'm going to make it work for obvious reasons. So let me run back through this really quick because this is going to be a fairly quick show today. It is a Friday. And I have a few things that I have to get going because I will be traveling this weekend. I will not be playing any DFS this weekend. Just wanted to give you guys that heads up. Will not be playing any DFS this weekend. I will not be looking at anything DFS related either. I am traveling for my full-time job. I'm traveling to Atlantic City. So I will pretty much be out of the loop until I get back on Tuesday. So if you guys ask questions, I will have laptops available to look at some stuff. I have no issues with you reaching out to me on Twitter about 1 versus 1. I pretty much know matchups. We know these teams. Yes, there were some changes, but I still know these teams. I still pretty much know who's going to play where, defensive, how the matchup's going to be, minutes, breaking down and stuff like that. If you're asking me a question about someone who's going to be playing their first game tomorrow, for example, I'm probably going to tell you to, give me some time and I will get back to you. But also, take my advice. And if you're doing your own research as well, make sure that you are using your own research as well. Do not take everything I say is not the gospel. Please remember that. If you have a question about something, by all means, throw it at me on Twitter at RealDDorrett. And we can always do that. So really quickly, running back through this, the point guard position, Dame Lillard, Chris Paul, and GPPs, Jose Calderon on DraftKings only, Tyler Johnson, and Kyrie Irving as well. At the shooting guard position, J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver will both most likely make my cash game lineups. I'm a little scared at that, I'm not going to lie, but I probably will have both of them in cash. I also like Drew Holiday for GPPs, and I have interest in Zach LaVine. At the small forward position, I'm a fan of Mr. Prince tonight, LeBron, Giannis, and Butler. The 3 big guys, 3 higher price guys. It's LeBron, Giannis, and then Butler. The power forward position, my favorite power forward is Jeff Green. Yes, I know I am giving you a lot of Cavaliers. There is a reason for that. They are going to have a very, very, very short rotation tonight for obvious reasons. Jeff Green, Blake Griffin, Jabari Parker are guys that I am interested in at the power forward position. And at center, it will be both of the Cav centers, Antizenic, Tristan Thompson. In GPPs, I like Nurk. And I also have interest in Drummond. Drummond might make some of my cash game lineups if I can make him fit. I'm going to jump into these Vegas lines like I do. If you guys followed me 2 nights ago on the Cavs game, I was talking to a friend of mine. He was like, that's a sucker's bet. And I'm like, I guess I'm a sucker because everything about that said not to bet on the Timberwolves. I'm sorry, to bet on the Timberwolves. 3 days rest. Cavs are on a back-to-back. Cavs are 0-8 on national television. The Cavs looked out of sync. But you're talking about LeBron. LeBron knew what was at stake. He knew that they were 0-8 on national TV. He wanted that win probably more than anyone else. So let me jump into these lines here. The first line that sticks out to me, and this is full disclosure, I am a little bit of a homer when it comes to the Milwaukee. I'm not from Milwaukee, but I love the Bucks. They've been my team for a while now. The Bucks +1, I will definitely be laying some bread on that. In Miami. Some other lines that I like here. Let me just run through these really quick. New Orleans, Philly, not touching that. That over-under's moved down 2 points, and that makes me like the over slightly. There's some heavy money coming in on the under, but these are 2 teams that like to move the ball. Clippers in Detroit, man, Embiid's also questionable in that game, so I'm probably not going to touch that one unless I get a definitive answer and I know he's playing his normal allotment of minutes. Clippers in Detroit. I look at that and I'm just like, Blake's going to have a night. But it's in Detroit. I'm interested in Blake tonight. But I'm not interested in this line. the over/under or the spread. Cleveland -2.5 in Atlanta. I'm looking at that and I'm like, am I really going to go back to back on Cleveland here? And I think I am. I think I'm going to take Cleveland -2.5. These guys that are going to be playing, they've been here a while. None of the new guys are going to be in that rotation. There's going to be chemistry there. There's going to be some hiccups, but we're talking about probably a 6-7 man rotation. And Cleveland, I mean, Atlanta's Atlanta. And so I think I am going to take it. I am going to take Cleveland -2.5. Boston, Indy, I'm not touching that. I already mentioned I like the Bucks +1. I think that's a lock. It's a pick in some places. It's a 1.5 in others. This is a very tight line, but I'm going to take them +1. Minnesota and Chicago, I'm not touching that. That is a return to Chicago for Tibbs and for Butler. Man, that might move Butler up the board for me. I'm going to tweet that out in a little bit. I'm going to look into that a little bit more. Like when you're looking at these matchups, I look at the matchups and then I come in here and I look at the Vegas lines and I'm like, okay, now everything's making more sense to me. Because this is when I really start to notice the narratives. I start to notice the narratives on air with you guys. Because I just strictly look at numbers, matchups, and everything like that ahead of time. Denver, Houston, I'm not touching that. Charlotte and Utah, not touching that. And Portland and Sacramento, I'm not touching that. So here's my 3-team parlay for tonight. And this is going to get put in as soon as I get off the air. My 3-team parlay for the night is going to be Cleveland -2.5, Milwaukee +1, and Minnesota -7.5. There is going to be no stopping of the running up the scores. Looks like we got some more people jumping in here, so let me run through these. Plays one more time. If you guys missed anything, you can always go back and watch this on replay. Point guard Dame Lillard, GPP, Chris Paul, Jose Calderon, DraftKings only. We also have interest in Kyrie tonight and Tyler Johnson at shooting guard. It is J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver are probably both going to be in my. They're both going to be in my cash games, and I'm a little scared of that, so I might pivot away from that somewhat and have a little bit of Drew Holiday and Zach LaVine mixed in there as well. Another narrative there. Small forward, it is at small forward, it is LeBron, Prince, Butler, and Antetokounmpo, and I'm listing the big three like this now. This is before I do any more research into this. Just going off of narratives, I'm a huge narrative player. It is LeBron because of the short bench, and then it's now going to be Butler and then Giannis. And if you got to play, I'm fine with any of those three guys, though. A power forward, it is players that I'm like is Jeff Green, price reasons, short rotation, Blake Griffin, Jabari Parker. At center, both of the Cavs centers and Ante Zizic and Tristan Thompson. GPP, I like Nurkic. And I also have interest in Drummond tonight as well. Drummond has just consistently been, no matter what his price is, he's consistently been paying off anywhere from 3 to 5x. So I don't see any reason for that to stop tonight. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me on Twitter. And my Twitter handle is @RealDDorrett. And you guys can always find me here 3 days a week. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.